You are now on the Michael Stone journey. Buckle up.
Justin, come in here.
What's up, Mike?
So, last night I was watching my YouTube atheist shows that I always end up getting into fucking watching.
The rabbit hole.
Anyway, so the lady that's on the Atheist Experience, Tracy, and it's not only her, but there's a few of them that all have like the same thing. So they're like, there was someone calling in, and I don't even remember really how it came up in the show, but her like thing is there's data that shows AA and other 12-step programs do not work, like at all. Like she's saying, like there's data showing they don't work.
She didn't show any of this data?
No.
She didn't provide a source or anything? What's the lady's name?
So yesterday I'm looking all over the internet like for fucking studies that have data that shows AA doesn't work.
What's the lady's name? Tracy? Do you know?
I don't know the last name.
And it's on...
She's at the Atheist Experience.
Hey Tracy. Hey Tracy from the Atheist Experience.
Retarded.
Tracy from the Atheist Experience. I really hope that you hear this personal message that I'm sending to you. My name is Justin Sims, here at Evolutions Media. This is Michael Stone. I can tell you this much, and I challenge you, Tracy, from Atheist Network. Atheist Experience. I challenge you to this. Since the 1930s, when the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous was written, and all the advancements of technology since the 30s that man has had, all the advancements in medicine, technology, all these things that how far we've come as human beings since the 1930s.
Yeah.
I challenge you, Tracy, of the Atheist Network, to name one thing since the 30s that has helped more alcoholics stop drinking for a long amount of time as AA. Since the 30s and all the advancements of technology.
Show us the data.
I want to see this data. All the advancements of medicine. Now it's easy to take something like AA, where it's been around since the 30s, it's a long time, almost 100 years, and find flaws. Absolutely. Have there been more unsuccessful stories than successful ones? Absolutely. And us as people, we love celebrating unsuccess. We love a train wreck, right? Yeah. We love a train wreck. But I challenge you, because there has been nothing that has been as successful in helping my type since the 30s, and all the advancements that we've made as people, as much as one alcoholic sitting with another alcoholic and working out of the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous. But I'd love to see your data. But I did my own data, and it's called My Life. And I'll tell you this much. All the talks that my family had with me, all the thinking that this would make it better from my friends, none of that shit worked for years. None of that shit worked until I sat with another alcoholic and went through the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous.
And that's not to say there isn't other fucking groups out there
absolutely
that are not 12-step based that help people.
Smart recovery.
But why would you say something like that retarded?
Well, to me, you would say something that retarded because you have an ulterior motive.
Right.
You're trying to attack something that's helped so many people and say that you have... I really want to see this data. Tracy...
I looked for it.
This is an open challenge. Yeah. I would love to debate you.
I would love fucking data that says
check it out.
Work.
This is a humble
Not only does
offer.
it not work, that there's other groups that have more success.
I challenge you. I challenge you, Tracy, from Atheist Network. This is Justin Sims. Open challenge. I'm just a 37-year-old former drunk kid. You should easily be able to beat me in a debate, right? Who am I? I'm just a AA nobody, right? So let me ask you a question, lady, and obviously you can't. Have you ever in your life actually had a drink? So I'm thinking that this is like fear-mongering. This is like demonizing
Or
AA.
she's an addict that had a bad experience in AA or an alcoholic.
I think, or it could be maybe Tracy, maybe your ex-husband or boyfriend or whatever you have, maybe they went to AA and they didn't follow the instructions and they tried to do their own AA. And maybe they went home and got drunk and came home and mistreated you. And maybe you have a resentment towards AA. I don't know.
She's not the only one on there either.
Good, I challenge all of you.
The other lady on there too says the same shit and agrees with her.
Well, okay.
So it's just the most retarded thing I ever.
So you want to just hang out with people that you agree with? I'm around Mike a lot, but I disagree with Mike a lot on issues, and that's kind of like how we debate and find out.
We're not AA thumpers
and
either.
stuff. No, I am not an AA
I don't
thumper.
go to AA.
But I know this much.
I
That
know too
changed
many
my
people,
entire life.
right.
And
I know too many people that fucking don't drink for years because they go to AA.
But that doesn't go according to her statistics, and I'd love, please show us your data. Comment below. I'm open to an open debate. You know, it says actually, and since you're a God-fearing woman, I'm assuming, and that you're a Bible-thumping Christian lady, let me quote the Bible real quick for you. Proverbs says, "Do not gaze at wine when it sparkles in its cup, for it strikes like a snake and poisons like a viper. You will be like one up on the high rigging. You will wake up and say, 'Who hit me?' But I'm not hurt. When can I have another drink?" Another thing in Proverbs that you might find is there's a little fable that says, "Wine is a mocker and beer is a brawler." Listen, this alcohol thing's been around for a long time. Actually, the word alcohol comes from Islam, and it's a monster that's a flesh-devouring spirit. So, yeah, I know what I'm talking about, lady. So I would love to debate you because I'm living proof that you're wrong.
We could pull 100 people right now, local, that are living proof that she's retarded.
Like, I got a whole I got an army of people, lady, and believe me, I'm the youngin' in the group. Like, if you're gonna debate somebody, take the easy debate. Actually, I got another Tracy that would be. I got another Tracy that would be great to debate.
Oh yeah,
Tracy versus Tracy. Woo! I'll be your corner man. But yeah, you know, like it's all about informing people, and I think you're misinforming people. So let's sit at the same table, me and you and your whole group of network of people, and let's sit and let's in front of the world. Let's see who's full of shit and who's not. God bless you. Let's do it.
Look, I say it's 100% success rate if you do what the fuck they tell you.
That's well. I mean, I don't know.
If you do what it says, it's 100%.
I know this much. None of it's gonna work unless you want it. Everybody's got to do their own wanting. So like, you know, none of it's gonna work unless the person's ready and wants it. But for you to go out there and say that it does not work.
Right, because if they can't have any give on a higher power or God having any kind of fucking ability to help somebody do anything.
And this is coming from...
If they give 1 inch on saying on those shows that they do that a higher
They
power
can't do that.
or God like has the ability to fucking help solve any problem, then they lose.
So this lady that we're talking about is an atheist.
Yeah, all of them on the shows.
So if God isn't someone I can turn to, and AA isn't somewhere I can turn to, or any 12-step you're saying for that matter, or even like a smart recovery, a non-12-step alcohol help place. So what do I do then?
Right.
I'm just damned. I'm just damned for life. Or would you suggest we go back to what we did 100 years ago, with people with substance issues or mental handicaps? We just threw them in hospitals and asylums and just left them there to die. Is that what you suggest to do?
Right, but then, okay, I'll give her side would be, but there's other things you could do that don't deal with higher power or God.
Okay.
Like smart recovery groups or whatever. So how is that relevant?
Okay, here's how it's relevant.
How does it even matter that there's other things that would work?
It says it says in AA how it works. So if you go to a meeting, which I'm sure you probably haven't been, I'm talking to Tracy when I say that. They read how it works. It describes in the big book how there's a chapter to the agnostic and there's a chapter to the atheist. Well, there's a guy that I know that used to go to my old home group. He's got like 30 years in a row, nights and weekends included, 30 years of sobriety.
Which there's thousands
in
of
AA.
them.
Does not believe in God. Dude,
Yeah.
when the guy shares, he's like, I don't believe in God. I don't believe in some guy up in a cloud with rainbows floating around him and a long beard and a robe. I don't believe in that. His higher power is actually AA. It's a power greater than himself, and it's changed his life. So what do you have to say, Tracy from Atheist Network, about the guy that I just mentioned? I'd love to have him on here to debate you. Atheist versus atheist. On why AA works versus why it doesn't. But I'd also like to know what your source and your personal experience is on why it doesn't. Bring your data. Because I've got my data too. You want to see my data? Here's my data. That's my data right there. Me. I am the data. So
I hear a lot of things, like I watch the show a lot. Just like trying to hear if somebody's going to come up with anything that would not,
giving them the benefit of the doubt.
That could knock me off of what I know to be true.
Yeah.
So I haven't so far. Anything that
is really relevant.
Is really would cause me to say, oh, wait a minute. Maybe I'm wrong about what I know to be the truth about life. But I listen all the time. And I do get a little entertainment about the Christians that call and
they start going back.
Devoured by...
That's the best part of your show.
Absolutely. They get devoured by the hosts.
You know what I'd love to
every
know?
time.
When Tracy is walking through her house barefoot at night and she stubs her toe on the couch, who does she cry out to? Who do you cry out to, Tracy? Do you stub your toe and you go, oh, Buddha? Do you stub your toe and you go, oh, Hinduism? Do you stub your toe and go, oh, Bill Wilson from AA? Or do you go, oh, God? I bet you say, oh, God. I bet you say, oh, God. And you don't even know why you're saying it. That sucks.
So, we don't even really go to AA, do we? Occasionally.
I don't go to meetings like I used to.
Right.
No.
But
I have my fellowship. I probably, they suggest to do 90 and 90. I think my first 90 days I probably did 250.
Yeah.
I've been to a lot of meetings. I've been to NA, I've been to AA, I've been to CA, I've been to...
and it doesn't work for a lot of people the first, second, third, fourth time.
No.
What does that even fucking matter? How is that relevant?
Or why attack something that's helping people?
Because it's a God program. That's
because
why.
You have an ulterior motive. That's
you can't
why.
If anyone on that show gives 1 fucking centimeter, they lose.
So maybe God stands for a gift of desperation.
There you go.
Maybe God stands for a group of drunks.
There you go.
Maybe God stands for get off Deuteronomy. I don't know. But you're very close-minded. And for someone that's going to close God off in their life, man, I would hope that if you're going to close your heart off to God, you'd open your mind to the universe or something else.
Absolutely.
But you sound like you're pretty miserable. But again, 2 things. 1, who do you cry out to when you stub your toe? I bet it's God. 2, Justin Sims from Evolutions Media. You like that name, Evolution. You probably believe in that. And I'm challenging you to open call Tracy or anybody else from Atheist Network. I want to challenge you to why AA works versus it not working. And is it because it's got a God involved?
No, or even higher power.
So I just checked the ball to you. You gonna check it back or what? Come on, I'm just a 37-year-old drunk kid.
Right. So the fact that it doesn't work every time is irrelevant to the thousands of people that are fucking sober.
So name me something that works
now.
every time.
Right.
What's something that works every time?
They have the data somewhere.
I really need to
I
see
searched
data.
the internet. There is no data.
So you've got some secret data that might
If you do a
confirm.
Google search, data on AA versus anything, there isn't anything that says fucking AA doesn't work.
It's like trying to find
And there's
logic
things that
in
work
something
better.
illogical, Mike. It's like giving me a headache trying to find logic.
Yeah, it's just not there. That is speaking of evolution, I mean, like, just so people don't think we're like, I believe in evolution. I'm fucking stupid.
Yeah, but God has had a hand in
not
things
stupid.
changing.
I believe in evolution. I just think that you don't fucking go and say something retarded like that And
That's
I'm
such a
not
broad-
even an AA fucking thumper at all.
It's such a broad, generalized term.
Yeah.
Like it's so like that's on the same level as like going. The Special Olympics doesn't help anyone. Like it's that broad of a statement. Like what? Like maybe not every kid with Down syndrome benefited from the Special Olympics, but are you trying to tell me that thousands of people haven't? Like what are you talking about, lady? So yeah, I would love, please, the challenge is out there now.
Yeah.
I would love to debate you about this topic, and I would love for you to prove me wrong.
I would never debate any of them.
I would debate
I'd be
all
scared.
of you. I'm not scared at all.
I would. They're
No, it's not true. You guys do put the fear of God
to
in me.
bring in to make on a different topic of the same thing. Every time I watch that, I'm like, fuck, these people are so stupid to try to debate them.
'Cause they're
There's
never
just
gonna be
no
wrong.
fucking way. I'm not good enough. I'm
okay.
not smart enough to like debate them.
I know enough to know I don't know much, but the couple things I do know about, I know a lot about. A lot about. Okay, so I would love for you to prove me wrong. Reprogram my keyboard, and if you can get past me, I've got a couple women behind me that if you can get past me, you're not going to get past them. But I don't think you can get past me in a debate. So open challenge out there to the Atheist Network. Holler back,
Yeah.
please. I would love to.
I think they all agree probably on that point.
By the way,
They-
this is definitely vodka.
They probably all are of the same mind, even though like she's the one that always says it. I'm sure that they all fucking agree with it.
You know what the funniest thing is? I bet you after Tracy from Atheist Network stubs her toe in the middle of the night on a piece of furniture and cries out, "Oh God!" I bet she goes and makes herself a drink. So guys, we're waiting for your response to my challenge.
There you
So
go.
let me know.
Response.
Respond, please. I'll be waiting.